Okay, I'd like to show you how the user interface of the clock radio on the clock radio itself works. As you can see, what you're looking at right now is the default screen, which has just the current time on it. Apart from that, you can use the knobs to go into the configuration menus. For example, there is the menu where you can set various settings. Of course, the clock radio is Wi-Fi connected, but that means you actually have to set up an access point, and you can do that here. You can make it connect to a certain access point, and it has all the standard encryption options, WPA, WPA2, etc. So that's what you can do here. You can also change how the clock, what the clock looks like. So you can change the font. These fonts are basically just true type fonts, and you can even upload your own if you want. For example, this is a way more funky font than the other one I have. Also, you can change some MISC settings, for example, the snooze time, etc. Basically, all the settings the clock radio has that doesn't require inputting long strings or URLs, etc. You can also modify in this menu. You can also enable or disable the dynamic contrast, and what that is the clock radio has an ambient light sensor, and it can measure how much ambient light there is and modify the contrast of the display with that information. So for example, if I hold my thumb in front of the ambient light sensor, I hope it's visible on video, but the display dims a bit. So that's basically to make sure the sleeping room isn't flooded with light from the clock radio when all the lights are off and you're trying to sleep. So, well, then there's the alarms, of course. A clock radio needs alarms. It actually has 8 slots for alarms. This is the first one, and that basically indicates when the next alarm will go off. So for example, if you're like, okay, tomorrow I want to sleep 10 more minutes, you can modify this alarm and it won't affect the alarm schedule. So the alarm schedule is next. So you've got all the days from Sunday to Monday, Sunday to Saturday. And you can change them by using the hour and minute buttons on the clock radio itself. And you can also enable or disable them, and when they're enabled you can select a certain alarm type. So for example, this is disabled, and the other 3 options are the alarm types. So, of course, apart from just turning on when an alarm goes off, you might also want to just listen to the radio. And you can do that by moving this switch into the radio position. And now the radio is turned on. And you can just use the old controls to tune around, modify the volume, etc. This, of course, is a Wi-Fi connected radio, so you can also receive shoutcast streams. And it's a bit, the first few seconds it's still buffering, it's a bit choppy, but apart from that it sounds great. So you can cycle through some URLs, you can input in the web interface. So that works just fine. So I hope you enjoyed that.